Today I'm going to show you how to make your own hydroponics unit. You'll need your neti pot, your permanent marker, and you'll also need the Rubbermaid tub lid. To get started, you're going to use your neti pot as a template for tracing out the circles that you will be cutting out with your cordless drill. You can create any template or pattern that you would like using the neti pots, trying to make sure to fit in as many circles on the surface of the lid as possible, but leaving enough room for the plants to grow and so that the structure is still rigid enough to hold the weight of the neti pots. Next, you'll need your cordless drill and your hole saw. You'll want to insert the hole saw into the cordless drill and tighten it. I put a block of wood underneath so it's easier when I go through and drill, and you'll need some elbow grease for this. You'll use your cordless drill to drill in the holes into each one of your templates that you have. When you are finished, you will have holes across the whole entire surface of the lid. And I tried to fit in as many as possible with keeping the structure rigid enough that the neti pots will sit nicely in there. When you're finished, you might want to take a utility knife and get rid of some of the burrs from the plastic so that the neti pots slide in and out a little easier for the kids. The next step will require you in working with the tub itself. You'll need to use your cordless drill and drill bit to drill a hole into the plastic tub, as I did here. This will allow the plastic tubing that you will be using and connecting to the air stone to thread through and connect to the air stone, which goes inside of your plastic tub. And you will also be using your air pump, and the other end of this slides onto the air pump as shown like that. Finally, you'll want to fill your plastic tub with water, making sure to keep track of how much water that you're adding to the tub so that you can add the nutrients at the end, and it's water dependent. Obviously, you'd fill this almost to the top, but not quite all the way to the top. Next, you'll be working with your neti pots and your coconut fiber plugs. You'll notice that the fiber plug has an indentation. This is where your cotton rope will insert into. And I kind of squeeze it into a V. And then you'll want to take the cotton rope and push it out of the sides on both sides of the neti pot. And the reason that you're going to do this is that this cotton rope will end up dangling into the nutrient solution, and it will wick water upwards for the seeds that are planted inside here. And it will look something like that. You can put your lid on, and you'll have to repeat this process, and this is where I use my students to help me out. You'll repeat this process, making sure you have enough neti pots for each and every single hole. You squeeze the ropes together, tuck it into the hole, and then you're going to add enough water so that there's just enough water that's touching the very base of the neti pot. You don't want it to be all the way up to the neti pot. Other words, your seed might not germinate properly, gets waterlogged. So if you put it just to the base of the neti pot, maybe a half inch or 3/4 of an inch, that's just enough water for your solution. Clip it into place, plug in your air pump, and you are all set to go.